We're alive and live in color. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. To all of our vets out there. I don't even know if I did the right thing. I attempted to let you in, Crystal. Maybe. Here we go. There we go.
Hello.
Hi, honey bunny. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
Girl, it's Friday. Clarity comes in waves, and clarity came this morning, early this morning, and I was like, I'm tired. I was like, clarity, clearly, I got to get up, right? So I'm prepared though. I'm ready for today and this good conversation we're about to have. Hello, Jennifer. Who else did I see in here? Taisha.
Hey, y'all. Happy Friday. It is Friday.
It is.
We're about
It is.
to,
And I was telling all the veterans, happy Veterans Day, and thank you for their service. All right, all right, all right. I think we ready.
let's jump into it.
I want to give them the disclaimer that of how our conversations go. Cause I'm excited because we be talking. Hi, Megan. How are you? How are the little ones?
Well, you know what? Let me introduce myself
Oh
for
yes,
your audience. Yeah, let me
yes,
introduce
please,
myself.
please.
So, all right. Hey,
Let me see if
Instagram. Happy
my
Friday.
brain's
We're
kicking
ready.
in. Okay, go
My
ahead.
name is Crystal P. Sherrill, and I'm a systems and ideation strategist. I design systems, steps, structure, organization, so you can execute your plan in life and in business, and really go after your big vision that you have in your heart. So that is me. We're talking structure.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about how to structure. Hey, Tisha. We're talking about how to structure your services today, so you can increase your sales. It is quarter four of the year, right? So this is awkward time of the year for like business owners. It's like we got what we didn't make happen, and then we got what we want to make happen in 2024, right? So this is
Exactly.
always a great time to just go back to the drawing board on sales and how do we increase our sales as service-based entrepreneurs. So that's the point of today's live. So let's kick it off.
All right. Well, look, I'm like, do your people know me? Hi, peoples.
Okay.
I'm Jatia, Jatia Jones. And I basically help uncomplicate success by helping you create your plan to win of simplified steps to success. My thing is clarity. I love helping people get clear. It's the one step that people always skip because they think they're clear. And that's why Crystal and we are always having the conversation about clarity and systems because they go hand in hand, and how when people don't have clarity, they come to her and she like, you need to go talk to her, and vice versa. So we decided we needed to just do a live together, because like she said, it's fourth quarter, it's go time. We're in a recession and money makes the world go round. So I'll let you take it from
It
here.
does. So we're really going to talk about clarity, right? It's a two piece, it's a two part, right? A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people jump into business without the clarity, and it will get you somewhere. Will it get you far? No, but it will get you someplace, right? So we really want to go back to develop how to develop your services and set up your services and your offers so they are benefit focused, talking to the right people. But before you do that, you got to get clear. If you're not clear on who the right person is, how are they benefiting from you? When people talk to you, are like, they don't talk to you because they want to talk to you. They want to talk to you because you can help them. You can
That
help
part.
me win. If you can't help me win, we ain't got nothing to talk about at this point. I got enough friends. Like, girl, like at this
Listen.
point, we need, so when people come to us as service-based providers, they want to win in something. And our services have to paint how clearly they win with us, how
Mhm.
clearly they get to their goals with us. So, first, what's the first one we're going to jump into? Let's jump into, uh,
Let's let's start with, because you said you need to know who and
yes,
what, right? Let's start with how people think they know who and what already.
yeah,
And I'm a multi-passionate. Hi, Hershey, me. And so I know us, and a lot of times we have the vision, we can see it, which is the end goal. And so we're like, let's go. I'm gonna create a smart goal. I'm gonna start my business, all the things by this date, this time, and this measurement. And that does not mean you're clear by no means. Like we were talking last night about how we just start a business and then we don't know the business part of the business. We know the vision, we know the end goal, and that does not mean you're clear. And so then so many of us go out and we're like, oh, we need a graphic designer, we need a website designer. And then you mad that you wasted this money with people who really don't get you. They don't get your vision because you can't clearly articulate what that vision
mhm,
is. And so you feel like you wasted this money. So by the time you come trying to holler at us, you be like, well, I don't have a, and we not trying
yeah,
to hear it. So we're here today to help save you from all of that. And so the main thing is, even with that, is even if you think you're clear on who you're talking to, how are you talking to them? Because I know that's been one of my biggest struggles is talking to them from the place that I was.
yeah.
Because I'm at the solutions place now, and I'm like, listen, come taste this chicken salad sandwich. Come get you one of these. And they're like, no, because I'm not talking to them in a language that they can receive it in. And so the clarity piece is really, really, really important so that you know that you're talking to them in a manner that they can receive it. You're being able to identify clearly who they are. Because another thing that I started at the version of me that wanted the help but wasn't invested in myself because my heart was for that person and that person can't pay me. And so being able to identify who's on your target and who's your bullseye. And so I really, really wanted to stress that part. Because I know we also talked about that we wanted to dive in into literally clarifying the exact audience and who you want to target. But I feel like all of that needs to be in the back of your mind at the end of the day because you think you know who this person is and what they want to hear, and then your feelings are hurt when it's not converting.
Yes. And so now, let's answer this question because it kind of goes in phases, right?
Mm-hmm.
This question says, what are some steps to finding your vision? So if we really go back,
Mm,
your vision is first. The vision actually comes first. Then finding the people comes second, right? Then speaking what they want comes third. Then delivering the services that meets that benefit for them comes last, right? So
mm-hmm.
let's start at vision. So she asked, so what are some steps to finding your vision? You throw out two steps. I throw out two steps.
Okay. So step number one is being real with yourself and not being scared of the vision that you already have. That's number one. Number two is brain dumping. Just journal, write, whatever comes to mind. It doesn't have to make sense to nobody but you.
Mhm.
Because, and the reason why I say number one is a lot of times people know the vision, but you're afraid of that one. You're afraid either it's too big, people gonna think you crazy. You're afraid of all of the outside noise, but you know deep down inside that's the thing that you want to make happen. That's the dream that you want to make into a reality. But you run from that because of all the outside stuff. So being real with yourself and then just brain jumping everything that's in your head about what you possibly could do to make the world a better place. What's your two?
Love it. My two. What are your, repeat the question. So what are some steps to finding your vision? I was going to say what you kind of said in your explanation. No matter how big it is, write it down. No matter
Mm.
how big it is. I mean, it can sound crazy to you. You could think you crazy. Like you could sit at
And
home like,
will.
I have to be crazy to think that this is possible somewhere in the world. Don't write it down. Get paper, pen, pencil, write it down and get it out of your head, because when it stays there, it's mental clutter. And you
Mm-hmm.
can't find things in mental. You can't find things in any clutter. Let's talk about that another day. But you can't find things in mental clutter. If you're cluttering full, you don't know what's up there. And you can have very valuable ideas up there, right? So as an ideation strategist, right, that is a big part of my process, is starting with the ideation. So write the goals down, no matter how big, would be my step. And then I would say get with somebody who understand your big vision. Look, they say, I don't know the saying, but they say you can't tell your vision to somebody who thinks small, and all. You can't give a big vision to somebody who thinks small about their life and where they are. And that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. It's nothing against anyone, but that's not who you need to talk about this vision with.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get into community with people who understand where you are and where you're going. Respect where you are, but they also respect where you're going, and they on the bandwagon with you, right? And sometimes that's hard to find,
Yeah.
to be honest. So
It,
find writing
that's a
the
factual
vision
statement.
and finding the community would be my two steps I would suggest to what is your actual vision that you want to do.
Yeah, and I want to piggyback on the fact that you said get it out of your head, because a lot of us are very good with multitasking and having everything in our head and not really realizing, because it's been normalized our whole entire life, that that's how we function, right? And a lot of us we get stuck on identifying the problem and then not trying to find a solution, right? So we know it's a problem, and a lot of us say, well, that's just how I am. No, now it's time to go find a solution. And that solution is literally as easy as writing it down. Because one, it saves you time, because you don't have to think about the next. Because if you're anything like me, I forgot what I was thinking about 5 minutes ago. And then you have to sit there for 15 more minutes trying to remember what you were supposed to be doing. Where if it's already written down, you can just go bloop, 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 and you can knock stuff out. And it becomes like this snowball effect. And you get faster, your confidence builds in yourself, because a lot of us doubt our own gut and our own intuition. Um, and then that's why you end up going seeking validation from outside
Yep.
people. When if you just write it down, you can think clear, you get the tornado out of your head, and you can clearly identify which direction you need to go next. Because a lot of our confusion is only because it's in our head. And if we get it out, we'll be like, oh, well, look at there, Captain Obvious.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right, Captain Obvious. It was right there. It was right there the whole time.
Barely.
Uh, so I love that about vision. Um, let's talk about next. Let's switch subjects, and now let's talk about. All right, I got the vision. Um,
Mm-hmm. The voice
yes.
notes.
Ooh, voice notes when in a pinch. Ooh,
Yes. Or
voice.
when you wake up, because I have them in my dream, and then I'll be like, I'll remember in the morning, and then I'll be mad at myself when morning coming, I don't remember. So I've learned to keep my phone next to the bed so I can roll over and be like bloop bloop bloop,
Yeah.
and then in the morning I'm happy
The
because
first thing I
I
do in the
don't remember.
morning is actually I got a note in my notes, and I go to my notes, and it says dreams, and I put the date, and I voice note the dream so I can keep it. I voice note the dream, the thought. It's written down somewhere in the world. Whenever I need it again, God's going to present it to me
Yes.
again. It'll be presented to me again, but it's out of my head, so I can go on along with my day, be positive, be productive. But if I'm bogged down by thought after thought after thought after thought, dream
Mm-hmm.
after dream after dream after dream, and not gonna get anywhere. We don't have any mental capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, love voice notes. Um, okay. So now we have the vision, but
Mm-hmm.
now we got to go find the people who need our vision, because our vision sound crazy to us. But now you got to go find the people who actually would benefit from this vision. So let's switch
Mm-hmm.
gears and talk about target audience. And in order to increase your sales in your business, you have to be talking to the right people.
Yep.
Nike don't try to send me emails because I don't wear gym shoes.
And I get them all the time because I got the Nike Club training app.
See,
Like they just told me my anniversary was the other
Nike
day.
know
That is
Nike
hilarious.
know your algorithm. They like, she
Does.
always on the app. They like, this one. It's been deactivated 3 times this year. I go for back to school for my kids, and I may go when I need a new pair of workout shoes for the gym. So it's so important. And I bring up big brands because unfortunately, as small business owners, this is the trap you get stuck in, is thinking of yourself as a small business owner. No, think of
Mm-hmm.
yourself as big as Nike. I don't care if you're not there yet, but if you are building a company or enterprise that is going to get there, you got to start thinking how they think. Nike don't try to target me with ads because they know she's never coming into this store. She comes twice a year, and that's it, right? I come around the holiday time for my kids, and I go back to school, right? So that is how tailored you have to be, that you know your audience so well that you know what they want and what they don't want, or when they
Mm-hmm.
want it and when they don't need it. So it's a lot to target audience. But before we even get into that part, how do you know when you're working with the right person?
Well, I work with a lot of employeepreneurs. For you guys who don't know what that means you have the 9 to 5, and then you go home and work on the 5 to 9, which for me used to be the 6 to 2. Um, and so for them, I encourage you to just start talking. Like, say it with your chest, put it out there in the atmosphere so that by the time you truly start this business, by the time you're stepping out there, you've kind of done this market research, especially for the visionaries and change agents who you're creating something that doesn't already exist. Your thought leadership needs to be put out there so that the people who are waiting on you will say, hey, here I am. But that's number one. And number two is to do market research. Like, start to ask the questions and dive into other people's communities. One of the biggest things that I used to do was OD on podcasts while I was in Cubeland. And so for me, that's how I was able to identify, oh, this word of multi-passionate, which it still surprises me to this day when I tell people, oh, you're multi-passionate. And they're like, what's that? I'm like, how, Sway? Because I was using this term or learned of this term like almost 10 years ago now. But that's because I was ODing in podcasts. So you have to figure out where you can go that works with your lifestyle systems to actually do the market research. And so the work that I was doing in Cubeland, I can multitask. Like, listening to stuff encouraged me to keep going, get the work done, so then I can do my work for my stuff. And so that's how I was able to identify this target population of multi-passionates, that I'm not alone because there was nobody like me in my area code or zip code. And then Google. Google is your best friend. And today the AI is out. Listen, I resisted the robots,
At
but
this point, everybody should know their target audience. Okay.
AI is my best friend. Okay,
No
my
one
best
should have a
friend.
problem with their target audience at this point. Um, because you're right, AI is out in so many other features that help you find the person that you're supposed to be selling to. But I'm gonna even switch it up a little bit and say, as a service-based business owner, go back through your own journey. That's your audience.
Yes.
Literally. What transformation are you providing people? Go back through your own journey, right? And look at what transformations you've gone through
Mm-hmm.
and what transformations
Mm-hmm.
you are and what point you were when that transformation was happening or when it was needed, right? So for us, when we were in corporate, for me, crying in my cubicle, right? Because I'm like, God, what's next, right? And I remember the pain. I have to go back to that pain I felt, the confusion I felt, the uncertainty, the unhappiness with where my professional career was going. I have to go
Mm-hmm.
back to how I felt as a mom. I have to go back to every feeling that I had in that moment, and I say, "Oh, that's what she's feeling, right?
Yeah.
That's what she at, right? She's there. She's there. She's in this world of confusion. And what solution would I need? What did I need at that time? And what
Mm-hmm.
and if our services replicate that for someone, let's use our own pain, our own trials, our own tribulations to find the person and produce the solution for them.
And that's a good summary of what I just said, because I just literally told you what I was doing when I was in Cube land with my brain turning to mush in a toxic environment. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because a lot of us are trying to build the thing that we needed and didn't have or couldn't find, or saw the gap in service between what we were doing. And so being able to take yourself back, which y'all, Crystal helps me go back all the time, because you can get so far removed, which is why writing stuff down is important, that you remember. It's like stubbing your toe. Like you remember the pain, but you don't feel the pain.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can feel the pain, then your audience will be drawn to you because they're like, no, she really feels my pain.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's this market research. We're gonna talk about important market research, right? Like there's so many factors into knowing your audience that entrepreneurs, I'm not gonna say people, entrepreneurs overlook. Like somebody's buying behavior. How do you purchase? I'm not an online shopper. I don't shop online. You are. I don't even think let me be honest. If I've ever bought a piece of clothing offline, I probably went to the store to try it on first. Yeah.
Really?
I've never like bought anything off. I've never bought clothes. No, that I have never tried on. No. Mm-mm.
Girl, and listen, with this
So,
new, I can return from my car.
so just think about that. You have to, if I'm somebody's ideal audience, she doesn't like online shopping. She doesn't like virtual shopping. She probably doesn't like virtual events. She probably doesn't like virtual coaching. You have to think about the person that you want to serve. And it is that deep. Entrepreneurs think it's not that deep. And that's why you're not Nike. I'm gonna call a spade, you know me. Because we think it's not that deep, but it's that deep. If I know how my audience interacts and my audience doesn't like digital distractions, she's not on her phone all the time. She doesn't enjoy digital distractions. It is that deep to understand the mental behaviors, buying behaviors of your ideal audience. So that's another section for a whole nother time because that can go so in depth, but that is just some simple market research that you can find on the internet and start to research. And not last but not least, before we move off of the audience, I want to talk about going back to the people who you already work with. I know how many mock interviews I do with my ideal client, with my people who I've worked with. Like, hey, can I get on the interview? And I go through interview questions with them. And I find gym after gym all the time. And I just go back and like, hey, I'm elevating this service or I'm changing this service. Can you interview this with me through your time and working with me and help me clarify? Go back to the people who already paid you.
That's a good one.
They paid you once so they can help you find the people who are going to pay you again because they paid you. So go back to the people who you've already worked with and conduct interviews with your audience.
That's a real good one.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a real life example that I feel like everybody can relate to help you realize how serious the buying behavior is. Chick-fil-A. When do you want Chick-fil-A? When they closed on Sunday. What else does Chick-fil-A do for you? For me, they bring that peach milkshake back every summer, and then they take it away from me at the end of every
Feel
summer.
betrayed.
Chick-fil-A will try something on their menu and be like, I don't like it, and it's gone. And the reason why I bring that up is because a lot of us run our businesses based on us. That means I would be giving y'all the peach milkshake until doomsday, okay? Because that's what I would want. However, they realize that I'm going to be there at least once a week getting this milkshake while it's available because of my buying behavior, right? They also will realize that on Sundays, she going to want something easy. She don't want to go through the drive, and we not gonna be there because they also realize I love the Lord and will respect the fact that they give their people Sundays off, right? So like they really dive in deep, and they are not committed to themselves. They're committed to our buying behaviors.
Yes, that's a really good example.
Really.
Took your milkshake away.
Yes.
So we clarified the audience. What else do we want to go over? What else do we put? We want to talk about what services should you deliver and how should you deliver your services. That. So you got the vision. It's big. It's like it's out of this world. It's like, who gonna do this? Okay, me? Okay, got it. All right, you go find the people who need the vision. Okay, we got them. We found them. We know that they don't they go to church on Sundays. So you can't book your VIP day on Sunday because they go to church on Sunday. right? So we understand that their buying behavior. We understand how they who they are. Now, how do we build our services? How do we clarify the services or structure the services, right?
Mm-hmm.
To meet their needs. And I think we kind of just answered it. And
Kind of, sort of, but I want to, because you put in the notes, don't just have a coaching program because it's a trend. And when I saw that, I was like, yes, because there's so many people that jump on the trend bandwagon. They selling t-shirts because it's a trend bandwagon. It's easy money. It's quick money, so to speak. And so because so many people are chasing the money,
yeah, yeah.
and I want to start by saying, find the people that are in the gap.
Mm-hmm.
There's how many billions of people on this earth? Those people in that gap are still searching for somebody. And I always use one of my clients as an example who is an esthetician. She is starting to tell her story, which I'm so excited about. I had to say that because I started to tell her story and I was like, let me back it up. The part you need to know about her story is that she had skin issues and she healed herself holistically. So her whole approach is healing holistically, especially for people of color, especially dealing with hyperpigmentation. But here's the kicker. Everybody that has eczema, somebody's dermatologist has told them to use Cetaphil. And many people of color who has eczema, who's used Cetaphil, know it don't work.
Mm-hmm.
And so for the longest, she was like, I can't say that because all the dirt. And I was like, girl, say it with your chest. Like, tell the people, because there's so many people out here who are still looking for a solution, who will take this oatmeal bath, who are at their wits' end to get some relief, who are waiting on you. And you don't want to say it with your chest because this big group with a platform is not giving a plan to this little group of people.
Yep.
That is your pocket of
That's
money.
your pocket of money.
That's your
Focus,
pocket of money.
give
So
what
don't
they
go with the trends. Don't pay attention to that. Stand out. You have to, what they say, one of my favorite quotes is, you have to be odd to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't blend in. People can't find you if you're blending in and looking like everybody else and talking like everybody else and doing it like everybody else. So that's my number one. Don't be common. Don't be common.
Yeah. So services. Hey, okay. Deliver your services in a format that you want to actually deliver, that you like. You know, I'm not a coach. I don't want to be a coach. I could
You
have been
say
a coach.
that all the time.
I say it all the time.
And y'all, she a coach because she be getting me all the way together, okay?
But you know what?
But
That's not where I want to live all day. Okay.
Mhm.
So that, I'm very clear in I consult and I give you what you need. I'm gonna give you what you need.
Mhm.
You're gonna walk away with the plan. Okay. But me being able to continue to coaching is heavy, right? And I
Mhm.
think people don't realize that coaching is a big
Yes.
responsibility. I have to take someone and help them come through something. Oh, I don't know if that's for Crystal. Lord help me. So I'm gonna push you on the swing. I'm gonna push,
But you got to do the work.
but you gotta do the work. You gotta pump your legs. All I can do is push you on the swing. That's all I got for you at the park. So I am not the person to teach you how to swing your legs.
Oh God.
Person
The
give you,
visual in my head. I love
and
this.
it's gonna be a good
Oh God.
push, right? So you have to make sure that you're delivering services in the capacity, in the format that works for you. In
Mhm.
the capacity that works for your life too.
Yeah.
So format for me, virtual services are a struggle for me. We talk about that, right?
Mhm. And
Personally
I love a good
and
virtual.
delivering them. And some people love that structure. I will put more time into in-person speaking engagements, in-person workshops. Those are my formats. The people who, just like you said, the people who want to work with me, that's their format too. Those are my people. And we're going to work together. And we're going to work together in person. And they value my in person. And because they value my in person, they appreciate and they're okay with the price tag. Because they value that she's going to come to me. She's going to do this work. We're going to put our hands in it. We're going to get it done. I'm going to be clear. I'm going to have a plan. I'm going to have the steps. I'm golden, right? So you really have to understand that it's all about how you want to deliver service too. But you don't jump on the bandwagon of every trend that's going out. Everyone has a course does not mean you have a course. Everyone has a coaching program does not mean you have a coaching program, right? You have to make sure it works for you and that it works for the person that you are servicing. So how do they receive information is
I
important.
want to highlight that that's a system, right?
Yeah.
So, how I translate what she just said is you base life around your work and not work around your life. Wait, no, I said that backwards. You base work around your life
And
and not life
yeah.
around your work. Because for those who are switching from corporate, many of us for so long have based life around work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I get approved PTO, or they make me work hours between 8 to whatever, right? I'm a night owl. My brain works. Like my brain cuts on at 11:30 p.m. normally, somewhere right around in there. And I'm up like literally this morning. I was, I think I went to sleep at 6.
Bless your
I
heart.
know. And y'all be getting up when Jesus rose, and so
Oh,
y'all are up when I'm going to bed. And so for me, many of the people in this good old life know I don't verbally speak before 10 a.m. Like I'll text, I'll send emails, but talk to the people, no, because I still sound like a man, right? And so that is like a system that you have to realize, and something I had to unlearn when I left corporate and relearn to not beat myself up, trying to force myself into those constraints
mm-hmm.
and to actually do what works best for me and my business and my life. And so, yes. And so I really want you to think about what systems work for you so that your life, your business is built around your life,
Yes, not the other
not
way around. Yeah.
the other way around. Is your business is built around your life. I got to keep saying that, and not you trying to function in that manner, because that's the only way
Yeah.
you're gonna be sustainable as, especially if you're a solopreneur.
Yes, it is sustainable. And another way I tell people to deliver their services all the time, and you know me, framework. When
Mm-hmm.
you develop a framework, you can cut it up into any type of format because it's the true thing that it's what you want to deliver, right? So when you develop your own framework, your unique method, your unique way of doing business, you then find the services that your clients want, your clients need, how you want to deliver it, and then you just chop your framework up in different varieties, right? And present it to them. So it makes sense every night.
And
Every
I'm gonna
midnight.
translate for y'all.
Thank
Her
you.
word framework means phases,
Yeah.
right? Because when Crystal talks to me, I'll be like, okay, well, in my brain, that means this. Um, but her words are the industry terms, and it makes sense because it literally is the structure. If you think about, because I'm visual, if you think about building a house, you have to put up the framework. You have to put the frames, the bones of the house up first. Um, but in my head, that's like phases. Like, what phases are we taking them
Yeah.
through to walk them through? And the reason why you need that, I've learned from Crystal, is because then you can systematize stuff. You don't have to be the person to do it every single time you have a new client. You can really systemize it if you have a framework that you can just put them in and walk them through your framework.
Yep. Perfect explanation.
um, did we answer her question? So, how do you recommend someone new to deliver services? Can you elaborate on that question?
I'm gonna read it. So, how do you recommend someone new to deliver services? What's I guess if someone new, how do you pick which services
Oh,
to
to
go?
offer
That's
them.
what I would take it as,
Okay.
right? Um, I guess we went over that, right? We like how do you best deliver work, right? How does your audience receive work? I'm not taking too many people digital online course. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to take it. I don't like online courses. So
I
I,
think it goes back to your framework though.
it does.
So
It goes,
like if you have a framework, you know when this new person comes to you where they fit
yeah,
into that framework.
and you
And
know,
that's how you know where what to offer
yeah. And another another term that most of my clients use instead of framework, think of curriculum, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
actually a curriculum. I don't care if you're a service-based provider of any kind. When you're executing something, it's a curriculum. It's a process. You're taking someone through a transformation. You're just mapping out what is that full transformation that you take someone through from beginning to the very, very end of your audience, right? Your segment, right? What are you actually taking them through? And yeah, you're right. You map out your framework and you determine the best way to deliver that part or that phase, into Tia's terms, that phase of your framework, right? That phase of your process. So that may be an online course, and that may be a consulting, and that may be a membership, and it may be an online community. But you got to figure out best how your client receives information. Let me say that. Yep.
Yep, yep.
All right, what we gonna go into last?
Um, I guess let's tie it into how this, for the person who has a business already, and I'm gonna give a hypothetical example. No, it ain't hypothetical. This is like half of my clients. They started this thing. They've been successful at this thing to a certain level, right? Like they've been able to sustain. However, what I see is that they get to a point where they can't do it by themselves anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they're starting to need to onboard, whether it's a contractor, a virtual assistant, they mama to answer the phone. And
Hey, mama.
they have to stop the momentum of making money to be able to train this person or take all the knowledge out of their head to give it to them so this person can actually do the job. And because that is the biggest problem, they can't or they won't stop the momentum of making money. They don't see, they do see the importance of stopping to do this, but to them in their brain, the ROI of that money lost, they don't see, they don't prioritize it enough. It's not important enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I can do it faster. Let me just continue to do it. And what ends up happening is that's going to make your business die.
Yep.
It's going to die. It's going to get to a point where you can't make any more money because you are the bottleneck. So, with that being said, you need a crystal. You need systems. You also need to be clear as to where the bottleneck
Yeah.
is and accept the fact that you are the problem and accept the fact that you need to take a time out, which is why VIP days exist because we get it all done in one
Mm-hmm.
day. Then you can go back to the momentum of making money. But how we tie this all into increasing your sales, I know one of my tips would be to really do an audit. I know I was talking to Bree, who's on here, and she was like, she's going to do her end of year in review
Mm-hmm.
and look back for real, and be for real with yourself. What are these gaps? What are the problems? What are the bottlenecks? And then who you need to find to help you with a
Yeah.
solution for that.
Yeah.
That's a number one way to increase sales.
It is. It is. I'll piggyback on you and say it is the number one way because you get to find where's the leak, right? There's a leak happening because your money would be increasing, right? If it wasn't a leak, something leaking somewhere, right? It could be your clarity. It could be clear on your messaging. It could be clear on the person. But it also could be you don't have any clarity in your process,
Mm-hmm.
and your
Mm-hmm.
process is in processing the thing that is good, and it's leaking somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So sitting back and auditing where is the leak happening, being true with yourself, and we got to be honest with ourselves. I had to have a real hard conversation with myself in Q2, Q3. Like, okay, Crystal, you're the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the problem that you are. And now we're going to fix the problem, right? And now I'm in Q4 and I feel like, I finally fixed the problem, right? Or I'm fixing the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have to be honest with where you are and do an audit. But a lot of people, this is the problem with systems. You can start a business and be partially successful without systems. You don't need them. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all don't need them at the beginning. Y'all need them because you're gonna hit a wall, and then you can't go up any further. And then you're wondering why am I not scaling? Right? We see that word on the internet so much, but people actually don't understand what the word scaling means.
Mm-hmm.
Scaling is taking a validated product that has been very successful and scaling it to a broader audience without changing one component of it. And people don't understand that to do that, now I have to hire people, contractors, social media managers, someone to manage my website, financial, bookkeeping. Oh, I need all these people, but they don't know my business. And then how do I tell them my business? Because my business in my head. How's somebody gonna help you in your head? Then you wonder why can't nobody help you, and you feel left alone, and then you all in your feelings with your therapist. It just goes in the cycle.
Talk about it. Talk about it, friend.
So now it's just like you're in this circle with yourself. I see what the leak was, but you're in this circle with yourself because you really got to figure out where is the leak, and you have to figure out how do you repair the leak. And often the leak is in a misprocess that's happening somewhere.
This is true. And the reason why I said that was my number one is because so many, I know majority of the people thought they was going to come and watch this live today, and we was going to tell them about the algorithm, you know, how to use all this stuff. And honestly, that is an alley-oop. You have to slam dunk. And if you miss that alley-oop because you are the problem, you don't know where the leaks are, you don't have systems. And I want to go back to, because a lot of times, yes, we have to think of ourselves. A lot of times we do have systems, but it's what you naturally do. And you don't take the time to identify what those systems are. Therefore, you can't articulate what those systems are. Therefore, you can't identify where the leak and the problem is, because it's what you naturally do. This is why you've actually had some success. And this is also why that is the number one, like having that clarity on where the leak is, how to scale, the difference, like Bree said, the difference between scaling and growing, so that you can you can automate some of this stuff, because it's only one of you.
Yep.
It's only one of you. And a lot of my clients that do want to be coaches be like, I want to do one-on-one. I'll be like, okay, fine. Do one-on-one.
One-on-one. You can only do so much one-on-one.
And then you wonder why you capped it yourself.
Yeah.
So I say all that to say, yes, you got to look at you. You have to be honest with you and do an audit between you and the business, because honestly, you are the business.
Yeah.
And unless you have a company.
Wherever the leak is, you just got to find somebody to help you repair it. If you got a leak in your kitchen, you go call the kitchen man, plumber person, right? The kitchen repair man, okay? You can't have somebody and the plumber come fix it. You got to go find the people who can fix the leak and help you get closer to fixing the leak or finding the problem, so you can get the solution.
Appropriate person.
Yeah, appropriate.
Not that bootleg person, because you're going to spend more money trying to come back and refix it again. And that's that example I gave y'all earlier, where y'all go out here and get the pretty because y'all thought cluttered and confused was cute. And y'all go get this website that's cluttered and confused and wonder why it's not working.
Yeah.
When y'all should have came and hollered at a clarity or systems, because you hired the wrong person for the wrong thing. Make sure you get the right person.
Yes, that's the man. That's people want to figure out 2024. We got to redo some stuff because we started with all the wrong. I started with all the wrong pieces. Let's be clear, okay? Hold on.
How much money we wasted for lessons learned? We're trying to put y'all on game so you don't have to do the same thing that we did. Because if you knew the number,
I said, okay, I'm gonna post a dollar amount. I think I am. I think I'm gonna post a dollar amount out. Oh Lord, that
made me sick to my own stomach just thinking about a dollar. Just in this year alone.
So think about the last 4-5 years of business for me, where the first 3 years was shoving out tons of money and had no clarity. I had different businesses. I had little businesses, but I didn't have my big one because I didn't have the clarity piece that brought in all the passions, my purpose, the things that just interest me, my past life experience. Like, what's this one thing that I can do and build this one infrastructure? And now that I'm there, I look back on how much money I wasted, and I just be like, Lord, I could have paid somebody's salary for the year at this point. Like,
who are you telling? And you know, we always talk about how it's hard to do the thing that you do for everybody else for yourself.
Yeah.
So getting the clarity for this thing that I have in my head to be able to, it's like, so the money,
Yes.
finding the people, like it's just only if y'all knew. So when we come on here or we share a post or we're asking y'all questions, like I literally did a post the other day. It's like, where are you so I can help you? Nobody
Mm-hmm.
responded. And I was like, y'all can sit in the dark because I wish I had somebody to ask me where was I and how can they help me. I would have been like, look,
Yeah.
please.
I just like that. I'm gonna put out next week. I'm like, okay, tell me your number one pain point you have with executing the plan. Well, if we keep saying we do stuff, but you can't actually get the steps done, like you can't get them done. What is your hang up? Let me help you. Let me put something together, a guide, an ebook. Let me help you with a solution to your inability to execute the plan. It's in front of you, but you can't move
Yeah,
steps. It's something blocked,
girl,
right? So yeah, we don't put out those type of posts and information for fun.
for nothing. And mine was for my free community. I was gonna come back and give y'all
Yeah.
something for free. Y'all like literally free because I want to help. And it was crickets. And I was like, all right, oh well. Look at Bree. Come on, do y'all have a combo offer? Clarity plus systems. Why yes we do.
Why yes we do.
Why yes we do.
Why yes we'll have a retreat next year. 2024 clarity and systems.
Yes we
Oh
do.
yes, because you can't have one without the other. Seriously,
No,
you
honestly.
can't have a business without clarity. The part about what Jatia does in helping you simplify all of your thoughts and bring them all together and really get clear on what the big vision that you're building. That is the first step, to be honest. Because
Mm-hmm.
even when you come to me and you want the systems, but the infrastructure was wrong. That's what you told me to build. I just built what you told me to do, right?
And
So,
then you mad it don't
yep.
work.
And then they mad it don't work, right? So a part of my VIP day is both, right? It's me and it's a part of me bringing Jatia in to actually go through clarity with my clients, and flush out their vision, flush out the ideas, and then we can jump into the systems.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to jump into the
Mm-hmm.
systems if you haven't really been clear on the infrastructure, the big business vision that you actually are creating. So
Mm-hmm.
then vice versa.
It is.
You
Thank
work
you
with
for that.
give me all systems.
Thank you. Because people like clarity is the number one unappreciated and misstep
It
in business.
is. It's undervalued. It's
Mm-hmm.
and people, man, I get to be honest. I guess I didn't see the value either when I first
Yeah.
started. I didn't see the value. I thought I was clear. You can't tell me what I know already. Girl,
Especially these high achievers up in here
I'm
can't tell me nothing.
ambitious, right? Those are the words we throw out. And we don't even know. We have no idea. We have no idea of where we are or where we're going. And we don't
Mm-hmm.
articulate it. So for all those ambitious, high achieving women and people there,
Visionary change agents.
multi passionate, we got all these
Do
things.
better, Betty.
Oh, I love Do Better Betty. She's my best friend.
I love
Y'all
so
got
much.
to say, okay, Do Better Betty is my best friend, right? I didn't even know I was Do Better Betty. I want to do better for the whole world. Like I want to save the world.
Yes.
And I was Do Better Betty in corporate. And we gonna live after this week.
Oh, she me.
But I was Do Better Betty in corporate, meaning I had all these grand ideas and I would present all of these grand systems and these grand ways and let's make change and it would just fall to deaf ears. And I'd be like, I just want to help.
Well, not to deaf ears. Upper management heard you, loved you, appreciated
They
you.
did.
But that middle management and your peers were like, she just making more
I
work
don't
for
even
her.
trust
Why she trying to show out? She's a teacher's pet. Why don't she just come to work and just do her job and make her money and go home? Why she got to add more? And you didn't even want to add more work. You wanted to make it easier for not just you, but for everybody else. But in my corporate, they thought that that if you fix the problem, that meant they lost their job security.
Mm.
As long as there was a problem to work on,
Oh,
They had a job, not
Yeah,
realizing.
that's the corporate structure. If we keep a problem, we keep you. That's it. And if they keep a problem and they don't fix it, yes, 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 she better drop the do better, do better.
Look, I was like, don't get on the bandwagon with her. The book is coming. The book is
The
coming.
book is coming. Yes, Bree, you are right. She better drop this book for all the do better Bettys out there who want to do better in the world, and you don't know your path to do so. You don't have a clear path, but you know you want to do good. You know you want to change impact. Um, you know you want to influence people for the better and positive, and your heart just it's this heart of servitude. You just have this grand heart of servitude, but you don't know how to put it out there in the world.
Yeah.
Man, do better, Betty. The book is coming.
She's coming. She's coming. We're gonna help you align your purpose, your passions, and your profession so that you can either leverage it to create the career that you desire or the business that you desire. Like I'm here to make your dreams come true. And so we gotta start at the beginning of, like Crystal said, finding that common thread that ties together your passions, your purpose, and your profession. Because a lot of us are in the right role in the wrong company.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
end up with all these side hustles because they're not making change. We feel stagnant. We feel suffocated. We feel trapped.
Yep.
Because we want to help them do the thing and they're not doing the thing.
Yep.
So we go out and do
We
the thing because we're ambitious, high achieving. We make it do what it do, right?
But we could do the thing. We need to simplify the thing. So, and
Yes.
you know, and I think Bree knows. I had an event planning company. I had a wedding planning company. That was my first venture. Loved it. Business component of it, I didn't have it tracked out right. Right. Then I went to web design and web hosting company, y'all, because I love tech. I love systems. Systems are my life. So then I had a web design and a web hosting company. So then I did that. Then I went to life coach. I had everything. And it took for me to work with Tika for her to bring it. She's like, oh, you like organization. And I was like, girl, you are speaking my language. I like systems. You like systems. You like processes. You like procedures. You like policy, right? Those are systems. Efficiency. Ease.
Ease and excellence.
All ease and excellence and integrity. And it took her to say that to be like, oh, I just do systems. Okay. I can help you organize your garage if you pay me like
your wedding, your website,
yeah,
your business, your spices in your cabinet, like you and your daughter were fighting over last night.
Like it's about order and efficiency and getting to your goal. And the only way you're gonna get to your goal is if the path is laid out clear in front of you. If it takes you
go through the maze and figure it out,
yes, amazing.
You wasting time and money.
Right. So what I do is systems, but I was starting all these micro businesses trying to find systems, and I didn't know it was systems. So now
you were trying to find the profession that fulfilled you in all areas. Yeah. When honestly, it's finding the alignment of all of those things, and now you're fulfilled.
Yes. Hey. Yeah. So, super good conversation about how to increase your sales. What clarity do you need in increasing your sales in your business? And we went over number one, mapping out the vision. If you know where you're going, you're not going to get there. Let's just be honest. I mean, do you just go on to the airport and say, hey, airport, I want to travel? No, you book a ticket to Dallas. You don't go to the airport and say, I want to go on the trip. You actually book.
You don't even get in your car and tell GPS, take me somewhere. You tell it specifically. You know you want to go to the grocery store, but which grocery store? There is a difference between Publix, Kroger, Safeway, Wegmans, and Trader Joe's. Oh, and Whole Foods. They all different. Which grocery store are we going to?
Right. So what is the yes? Where are you going? Second step. Who can you help with this vision? Who actually needs what this vision develops, right, or produces? Who's that audience that actually will benefit from? And it's very specific. And we went over buying. We went over different things about your audience, buying behaviors, triggers.
Clear on your
Clear on,
messaging, how they're gonna
yeah.
receive it.
Yeah, so that is number two. Number three, we talked about how do you deliver your services? What's the best format for you to deliver your services for you and for your ideal audience? Because we're not going to forget about ourselves and making sure that it's pleasing to us. And then the last one we went over, number four, was what was number four? I forgot.
Finding the leak. Finding
Oh,
the leak.
finding the leak in your business and fixing it. And let's fix it before 2024, y'all. Like, let's start I like a new year. I like a new day. I like new everything. So, like, new morning. When it's new, when it starts over.
New,
yeah.
New, everything new, new. Who that, Patrick? I think.
So, the new year is up and coming. And 2024 is coming. So this is a great time to do your audit. Look at the leaks in your business. If you're not getting clients, let's look at the leak. Maybe it's your messaging. Maybe it's not the right person. If you're not getting sales, it could be the format that you're delivering, or you could not, it could be you, or you could not. People don't understand how they benefit and how they win from working with you. So do your audit. It's Q4. Do an audit of your business. Find the leak, and then go find the right plumber, the right person for the job. Right?
Like Bree said, there's a difference between a sink leak and a roof leak.
Two different leaks. And you go hire somebody for a sink leak, talking about fix your roof, and you wonder why it's still raining next month. Like, right?
Come on.
So you got to find the right person to actually fix the leak. And, you know, one thing we're going to live in 2023 is the need to DIY everything. I'm sorry, y'all. Then we about to go. But we got to leave DIY 2023. It takes so much time. I DIY for 3 years.
I did. I was like 2.5.
And now I'm just
in the dark, as I say.
I've been DIYing and figuring things out for 3 years when it was people out here who had the solution. So,
what I tell you, I said, I just want to simplify stuff for 2024.
Yes.
And as a multi-passionate who says they want to focus on one thing, who this woman? I was like, who am I? That I just want to focus on. But as my therapist said, I'm tired because I got just as many tabs open in my brain as I do on my computer. And because why? DIY.
Computer, y'all.
Don't know my business.
Oh, no. I was like, I can't use your computer. I can't use your laptop.
And I got multiple windows with multiple tabs because that's how my brain works, y'all. So, yeah. Stop the DIY if at all possible. If at all possible. Don't do what we do.
No, please don't do what we do. And wasting money and wasting opportunity. And, you know, we learned some things during that time. Everything was not a complete waste. I will take that. Not a complete waste. I learned a lot of lessons. But to be honest, I wasted a lot of money. So I'm not going to sugarcoat.
Honestly, like we could be on my island right about now if I would have had the clarity and the steps. And like that is one of the biggest benefits, like the non-tangibles that actually is equivalent to a dollar amount, a big dollar amount, is getting the cheat sheet, is getting the cliff notes, so that you can get there quicker, sooner, faster from somebody who learned it the hard way. Man. And we don't want you to have to. Really like,
it was excruciating.
Don't do it. If it don't do it. I ain't gonna do it. I did it. I'm sorry. Okay.
So you can connect with us on IG if you need systems, processes in your business. If you are at a point where you are ready to really systemize and automate your processes, flush out your processes. One of my clients last week shut down 3 of her systems. I'm like, you don't need those. It saves about $260 a month. So it's so many places where you're probably spending too much money. The systems they're not saving you time or energy or money, and they're actually doing the complete opposite. So definitely connect with me on Instagram, LinkedIn, other sources to get the processes and the order and some organization in your business. So
Mm-hmm.
you're not always looking for stuff and throwing stuff together. And
I was gonna say,
you actually
if you piecemealed your business in the beginning, all of what she just said, it don't even matter. You don't even need to know what you need from her. Just go see her. Because if you piecemealed, I literally helped somebody walk through getting rid of active campaign and this, like it was like four different things that a Wix website all could do in
yes. So I'm actually
one. So yeah.
a guide. It's an audit, so you can audit your all of your business systems, how much you pay, what are the number one features you use for it. But I want you to go look at the other features that system have that you don't know. So that's the one thing
Mm-hmm.
is that we get systems, and then the system grows, and we're not even using all the features in it. So you
Mm-hmm.
could actually save so much money. So that is probably like in the next week or so. That guide will be coming out so business owners can really sit down with themselves in this last quarter and audit their systems. So
Yeah.
I'll share my profile. So if you're not following me, go ahead and follow me. So you
Hit that button.
would,
Yeah. And if you're already looking to figure out you still want to DIY, find your common thread that ties together your passions, purpose, and your profession. I have the common thread course. It's quick, it's simple. It walks you through the steps of identity, as Crystal will call it, her sunshine. She's like, I'm always going back to my sunshine.
girl, I'll put
Um,
it out right now. If you, it's right here. It's right here on my Remarkable. It stay with me because
show the people. Show
let
the
me show
people.
the people. Keep talking. Let me show the people my sunshine.
Yeah, I love her. But yeah, it's like it walks you through the process of creating your sunshine. And the reason why I call it the sunshine exercise is because it allows you to stop shrinking and actually shine. Be all of who you are. I mean everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, because it's there for a reason. And it's part of your secret sauce to winning at business.
Yeah.
And so it's a virtual training. You can walk through it and help you identify what is your common thread, the that bow, that big red bow that ties together your passions, your purpose, and your profession. And if you feel that you still need to walk through with it in more detail, we can have a follow-up call. But that is your starting point to clarity. That is even your starting point if you've even already started a business and you're like, something don't feel right, but it's making money. Identifying your common thread. So, like Crystal said, she now knows she systems. So she systems personally, professionally. If she want to switch it up tomorrow and go back to event planning, y'all know that she's still gonna be a beast at systems, and so her event planning company is gonna be a beast because she is systems. And so that the link is in my bio. I answer the DMs. You can hit me up. Instagram is my playground. Instagram and LinkedIn.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. Well, happy Friday. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk later.
Bye. Thanks,
Mhm.
Bruno.